Good morning, everybody. It is a great day for a attitude of gratitude. Welcome to the our podcast. It is called Recovery Talk with Glenn and John, and we are happy to be here. Before I go on, I'm going to just read a little something real quick before we start, just to kind of get an idea of where we're headed with this podcast today. It's attitude of gratitude, and it means making the conscious the habit of expressing appreciation on a regular basis for a big deal, like big or small things. We may be grateful for our relationships, our health, business, material items, food in our cups, uh, you know, or our food in our 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 plates. And running water. Anyways, um,
Yeah.
I have to say, Glenn, that I was thinking about that this morning as I was getting into some of my devotions and some of my readings, and I'm sitting here with you uh, in my own home, um, with my own vehicle that I own. Uh, there's just so many. I have healthy relationships with people today. And it is, there's times that I literally want to cry and laugh at the same time because I remember where I was in 2008. It was a very dark and scary place. It was very lonely. Um, and that's what I did. I isolated. And so now I have established healthy relationships. And today I'm going to my grandson's birthday party with family. It's crazy how those are the little things that you start to appreciate as you get more into sobriety over the years. So um, that's all I have to say about that. What do you have to say?
Wow, that sounds like you.
Or
Yeah, man.
44th Street. Remember
That's a
44th
nice
Street?
list. That's a great list, man.
Do you remember 44th Street?
We've worked. I remember 44th Street. Yeah, we can say that over and over. That's where it began.
Yeah.
But no, you've earned the right, Johnny, to have that list. You know,
Yeah.
you earned that right. You've taken really the beatings. Honestly, you have the scars, which were once open wounds that prove that you've been through some battle
Yeah.
to get here, and we're grateful. We're grateful to have the ability to have that list.
Yeah.
So that not just that was just a few of the things you're talking about. So, I mean, we the simplicity, of sobriety, man. Sometimes it may just come down to today I'm sober. If I can't find anything else,
Yeah.
God woke me up and I'm sober today, and yeah, all the other things come and they take time, and we've been talking about it, the process, and if you don't think time matters, go get yourself some, and
Yeah.
stay willing and teachable, and you too can have beyond your wildest dreams
Yeah.
the life that you never imagined. Doesn't come without pain.
No,
No,
not at all.
the three things we love the most, right, Johnny?
Yeah.
We love waiting, we love change, and we love pain, right? I mean, those are the three things we really love in
Huh?
recovery.
What?
Right?
What? Wait a minute.
We love
You
those
talk,
things.
no. You talk to you. I think you're gonna have to go with that on your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's not on my list. That's not on my
Yeah.
gratitude list.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. I know. It's not mine either. Yeah. I'm very. I am very a routine kind of guy. I come home. There's a certain routine that I have, and unfortunately, when it
Uh,
deviates a little bit, I used to get very flustered. Now I have used the tools that have been given to me. And once again, going back to emotional immaturity, okay? And when they are not in place or things are not correct, I just cleaned my house yesterday. I love my house being clean, and when it's not clean, I just but I had to step back and start to realize I have my own home, and I've been able to clean my own home. And so and if it's not doesn't get clean, it'll get clean tomorrow. It's not that's not right, you know. So I'm learning to have an attitude of gratitude with that, but it's taken some time to get there. But yeah, what you're saying just a minute ago, those are things that sometimes I do not like to go through. But oh well,
Wow, yeah.
you know.
Hence the suggestion that we don't change our routine or structure for the first year. We don't do that.
No,
We talked about that last video, and
yeah,
no, just it's just enough to be sober, um, because those things are difficult,
yeah,
and we do learn and we do grow into that. No,
yeah.
but it takes time. It
Yeah, but
definitely takes
you want to go ahead when you're a first year of sobriety, you want to laugh a little. In the beginning, I didn't, before I got sober, I wasn't laughing at all. And so started seeing everybody laugh and enjoy themselves and sit down and talk and just, not feeling that pain of like I had to have something to drink or something else. And
time.
after a while, you just like, but for the first year, once again, just enjoy smiling. And as time goes on, things will fall into place. That's where my attitude of gratitude comes in. I was just happy to be happy, to smile again, and to wake up in the morning and enjoy waking up happy. So
Yeah,
it takes time to get there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and what does that say? That says, my sponsor. So if I'm in a jam and I call, you want to be grateful for something, think about the mentorship, the sponsorship, and how many jams, how many times I've been so near to the cliff and fallen off, but yet I was able to reach out, and how grateful I was that people were actually willing to help me and they cared. So, we talk about a lot of things that we have now, but we remember those early days, the basics of just waking up sober, having someone to call that cares, that can actually walk us back,
Yeah,
change our thinking, try to redirect us, and even remind us, hey, where's your gratitude list? Let's read it. Let's see, what are you grateful for today?
yeah,
Uh, so
yeah. Uh, as time goes on and you're in sobriety, and unfortunately, we have to go through those emotional stages that brings pain and sometimes agony, and then you walk through it. And as time goes on, that's when you start to realize, wow, I am grateful, because desperation is just it's a motivator to get help. And then when you start, I think for the most part, for when I start thinking of attitude of gratitude, it's kind of weird. This is a weird thing, but I was able to uh, get some sobriety underneath me, and then establish a couple things by getting a vehicle, right, and driving. But I did it in God's time. It took me a while to realize, like, it just started. I wasn't forcing anything, and so attitude of gratitude for me comes in so many stages
yeah,
now. And even though I've been in this for a little while, I still have I'm gratitude for Glenn, and for my sponsor, and for my wife. I mean, let me go
yeah,
back to that. My wife, I love. I'm very grateful for her too. I have to make sure, because she has been amazing with me too. But I'm just very grateful that there's people in my life that love me today, that'll tell me, "Hey, what's going on?"
yeah,
But anyways,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it gets better every day. So
Well, when you're Johnny, so when we're talking about we talk about attitude of gratitude, and we talk a lot about the gratitude, but the attitude part, this is a big deal.
Yes.
If somebody says to me, "You got a bad attitude," generally, what happens is I've lost my gratitude. My attitude sucks because my perception, what I'm looking at through my eyes, the things I'm thinking about, really, it comes down to is myself.
Yes.
I didn't get something that I wanted, and or somebody said something to me that I didn't like. So what happens is now the attitude changes,
Yes.
and I no longer am grateful. Now I'm beginning to get frustrated, and
You
I'm
have my
beginning to get
attention.
got your attention.
You got my
So
attention right now. Yeah.
so my sponsor can tell me your attitude sucks, and to kind of just shake me up a little bit and realize, you knew that gratitude was the way to stay sober. That a grateful, anybody that's grateful in recovery, generally the relapse is not there because the attitude of gratitude is it just helps us rise above it. But that attitude, it's a to die to self, to not wake up for me or to think, what can you do for me today?
Yeah.
That mentality,
Yes.
or
Oh my
that
God.
really, or that real unrealistic expectation of others or places, people, whatever it is, if I'm setting the bar too high, they're going to let me down, and in turn my attitude is going to drop,
Yeah.
which in turn leaves me with no gratitude at all, and now it becomes dangerous.
Yes. That's funny you're saying that like that because I can remember when you years ago when I don't think you ever said anything like, "Hey, your attitude it sucks" or anything like that. And I think there was a couple times you would say, "Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? I don't know, something's off." That's what you'd say to me, and I still remember that. So,
Hmm.
so see that right there. That is what I'm grateful for because there's a lot of people in this world that don't have people in their ear saying, "Hey, what's wrong? What's wrong? Are you okay?" Like and really, I don't think if I would have had that, I don't know where I'd be. But today I have people in my life that actually will call me out or say some things. Hey, what's going on? It's been a while, but matter of fact, no, it hasn't been a while. It's probably been about a couple months. I mean, I had some things happen in my life, and uh, but for the most part, they were able to talk with me and tell me, "Hey, what's going on?" And I was, I redirected my thinking. But those are the things that I'm grateful for, are the conversations, are the people that care about my well-being. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good, man. It's what a journey this has been. Um, in in recovery. It's just amazing how my attitude and what Glenn was just saying. My attitude is very important. I have to make sure that I am nurturing my spirit every day so that my attitude is good. I have to feed it good stuff. I can't, and I'll leave you with this. Because I don't want to talk too much because I'll go on forever. That's what I do. So if if I eat every day physically, food, it's great. But if I don't eat spiritually every day, I'm going to starve, and my attitude's going to be bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. No. Hey, that's some pretty simple stuff when it comes down to spirituality.
Yeah.
We call it the big book. We read the big book, we read the big book, and it's pretty simple that as a man thinketh, so is he. And it's crazy that our thinking is the dictator or the driver
Oh my gosh.
of our attitudes. And so
Yes.
as we think, we are. And low self-esteem and all the stuff we were talking about the other day, those things can slip in, unaware, and our spirits become deprived, but we become the very thing that we're thinking about. And so as a man thinketh, he is. So really, in part, the idea behind the gratitude list, and it has a lot to do with my sponsor had me, well, describe yourself. Let me give me an assets list. Let me hear some good things about you, because it's hard to see when we're first getting sober. Looking at the good things, I'm thinking, why, but it was suggested. And as we got to the 4-step, write down some assets, some qualities, like what is it that's good. So
Yeah. You have to
and
weigh it out.
you got to weigh it out.
You got to
So
weigh it out, because if you don't, you'll just look at all the bad stuff.
yeah. And the crazy thing is fixating. Again, it goes right back to the beginning. We've talked about it a few times. And I know we're talking about gratitude, but life is relational. Let's not forget that everything we do is relational, and how we communicate and really what we're thinking about and communicating in those relationships determine the outcome really of our lives. And so as we learn to be honest and open and vulnerable, we begin to learn how to solve those problems, because they're going to arise. And one day you're going to feel the gratitude, and the next day you're not. And the idea is, well, how do I get back to that? So we learn that we can do that by going to
Yeah.
meetings, by communicating with each other, getting honest, talking about really what's going on. And ultimately, we find out in the end that, once again, we're just trying to control things and manipulate. And it's like he said or she said, and we're complaining. And so those are the things we start to fix our thoughts on, and we lose our gratitude. So
Yeah.
it's pretty routine. I mean, like you said before, if we can get into that routine, calling the sponsor, going to the meetings, call accountability, some of the same things that we've always talked about, super beneficial for us in
Yeah.
recovery. Yeah.
Yeah. And as time goes on, like Glenn's saying, those things, you start to pay attention to those a little bit more, so that you can, uh, you know, incorporate better thinking skills, better behavior skills, so that you can respond a little bit more with love, instead of reacting with harsh words, or um, being angry, or just yelling and screaming. So, uh, as you know, I have been so grateful for, you know, I don't want to go too much on this, but I want to be grateful for my relationship with Glenn. He's been there for me from the beginning. That is huge for me. I've never had that. Before I was in sobriety, I wasn't grateful for anything. All I know is I didn't give a crap. Not whatever I needed, I want. I want to get the big house. I want to get the big car. I want to get the. That's all material stuff. But I was spiritually sick. I was spiritually sick. So today, the little things I'm very grateful for. Being able to go get food and put food in my refrigerator. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for a while there, I didn't have money. I had macaroni and cheese, I think, for about 6 months, because I was spending my money on other stupid stuff. So those are little things that I get more grateful for. But attitude, once again, is very important for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny.
You know?
Yep. So, well, and redirecting our thinking, being
Yeah.
able to, I mean, the way I see myself, the way I understand that God sees me, and how I see myself,
There
I
it
need to
is.
have a proper, and I need to have a correct view of that, because, and those things are good. They stem from love and value,
Love.
purpose and identity. Those are things that are truths that I believe. But what happens is that because life gets hard, my thinking and my vision, the way I see things, are they're misdirected. I start to begin to veer away from those, and I'm looking at, I feel like I'm a throwaway again. I made a mistake. I'm no good. Look at me. And so I start to view myself in this incorrect way. And so it's just the importance behind having the list itself, along with the assets and the qualities. Grateful for the sponsor that I can call, because listen, I always wondered in early recovery, Johnny, what, don't tell me just how you got into the mess. I want to
Yeah.
know how you got out of it,
Yeah.
because that's important
Yeah.
to me. I want to, because I know it's coming, trouble's
Yeah.
coming, and I
Yeah.
want to know how to get out of it. So
That is so true right there. Just how do you get out of it? But I think for the most part, to be open-minded and willing to take a suggestion and to just listen to somebody else that has been through this and kind of let them help you walk out of that mess. And it can, listen, there's millions of people that have went before you and have done this, and I see it with my own eyes. I have a front row seat to some men that have, from where they're at, just desperation, crying, to helping and serving and being a part of a good, productive member of society.
yep,
And it's just amazing. And so that gratitude sits in, realizing, wow, it's pretty cool. So yeah,
yeah,
those are the things that I'm happy for too. Is just gratitude
yeah,
of people.
yeah. That's good. And
Yeah,
and
brother.
we've kind of been going over the same ground, and it really,
Yeah,
when you have a good support system and people haven't heard from you in a minute, they actually care. And what happens is, we say to get phone numbers and dial and file, start to build relationships. Why? Because it's going to get hard. It's going to get difficult, and you're going to isolate, shut down. You're going to want to go back to the same crappy survival skills that we learned in the world before we came into sobriety. It's gonna come back again, but all of a sudden somebody's not going to hear from us, and they're going to be the ones that call. And then the hope is wow, oh, I can add that to my gratitude list.
yeah,
I have accountability, people that actually are concerned about me, and they want to help get me out of it. So
yeah,
it's more than sometimes it seems like there's no way out, and the truth is a lot of times we go to a lot of funerals, Johnny, over the years, and sometimes it's just that way, and that's the
yeah,
reality.
yeah,
But we want to try to prevent that.
yeah. It's you know one of the things that Glenn just said about people reaching out when they don't hear from you. I've been for about 5 years now. Every day, even when I had COVID, I send out daily reflections to about 25 guys. And once in a while, I'll be, on vacation or something. And in the morning, I can't get to it. And probably like noontime or 3 o'clock, if they don't receive it, they're like, "Hey, are you all right?" There's like six of them, because what happens is that's
There
what
it
I'm
is.
grateful for. I sent it to them, and then what
Oof.
they do is they send it to another people, a bunch of people. And so that those are the little things I'm grateful for. So there's also accountability in there too,
Yep.
with me doing that. So it's been a
Yep.
blessing.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it's that time again, Johnny. We only got a couple of minutes.
What,
We'd love to keep
already?
on. We'd love to keep on keeping on. But
Yeah,
unfortunately, the attention span is not too
yeah,
long these days. And but we do want to leave it, it's at the top with the list. The top of the list really is God. That He can give me the truth about who I am and whose that I am. He can give me the way that I can see myself through His eyes. He can give me identity and value, mentorship and sponsorship, the
yeah,
vital aspect behind that, the accountability, all these
yeah.
suggestions that are given early in recovery. It's not to blow smoke, they're free, but if we don't take them, they are detrimental. They will cost us. And
Yes,
it's a recipe for success. If we take them, it's a recipe for
exactly,
success. So
exactly. That 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 well, that is well said. Every time he says some things, it just hits me hard because I can receive it. Well, we are at the end of our show, and if you guys can do us a favor and hit the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments. good or bad, so that we're trying to grow as well. And this is a new adventure for us. And I'm telling you, we're growing more than, and than it's been a challenge for me to be in front of a camera. It's weird, it's different, but I'm learning, and so is Glenn. So we laughing because he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, indeed, I do, Johnny. Yep. And hey, and we're going to keep getting the message of hope out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're overcomers. We can do this. It's doable.
Yeah. Getting out of our comfort zone. That's what we're doing. This is out of my comfort zone. So,
yeah,
but it's good stuff. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching.
Yeah. Come out at Recovery. Let's talk about it. 444. Check us out. Again, like Johnny said, hit the like button, subscribe, and you'll get some alerts on our podcasts when they do come out.
Yeah.
Much love to everybody. Again, Johnny, to all 5 of our viewers, we love you all, and hope.
Or you guys can put in recovery talk with Glenn and John, and it'll pop right up also. So just kind of keep it simple, but for the most part, there it is right there. Recovery.
There it is.
Let's talk about 444. That's all I gotta say, man.
Beautiful.
I gotta go to my grandson's birthday party. Okay, tough guy.
Yeah. High class problems.
That's high class problems.
All right. Well, much love to everybody. We'll see you again soon.